The topic I'm going to discuss with you today is bond fission. Bond fission means bond cleavage or breaking up of bond. So the main process that is part of chemistry, the main thing that takes place in chemistry is bond breaking and bond formation. These two processes, they form the core of our chemistry, bond breaking and bond formation. So this process is seen in chemistry all around you. Whatever type of process you study, it involves some sort of a bond formation or bond breaking interaction. Whatever it has, basically this concept in it involving bond breaking and bond formation, and these two processes form the core of chemistry, are very critical for any chemical process. So as we are talking in particular about organic chemistry, in organic chemistry, the type of bonds we have are covalent bonds. So here I'm expecting you to be knowing that what are covalent bonds. Covalent bonds are those bonds which are formed by mutual sharing of electrons. These are formed by between two atoms, A and A or A and B. So these are formed by mutual sharing of electrons. Here are two electrons. So the bond is formed in such a way that this atom contributes one electron and this atom contributes one electron. And what happens that they both are having control of these two electrons. That means mutual sharing of electrons. And electrons are expected to stay exactly midway between the two atoms. So none of the atoms carry negative or positive charge. This is how covalent bonds work. So at times what happens that when covalent bonds, they break, what happens and how covalent bonds break. So as I already told you that covalent bond breaking is a very common process in organic chemistry. It is even more common. So what are the types of bond breaking? So bond fission or bond breaking or bond cleavage, it happens in two ways in organic chemistry. Bond breaking takes place. There are two types of bond cleavage. I'll be sharing with you. These are homolytic fission and heterolytic fission. These are two types of bond cleavages. Sorry. Heterolytic fission. These are the two ways in which a bond breaks in organic chemistry. So what happens let's take them one by one. First of all, I'll be taking heterolytic fission. So what is basically heterolytic fission? So please pay very close attention to it, because you will be coming across these processes in your organic chemistry every day. So what is heterolytic fission? As I told you that a covalent bond is formed between two atoms. These two atoms A and B, they can be same or they can be different. So when these two atoms, they break in such a way that both the electrons, they are taken away by one atom, this type of bond fission is known as heterolytic cleavage or heterolytic fission. So what happens, as we know that this basically bond, this is nothing, just a pair of electrons. Bond is what? It's not some sort of a string between the two atoms. It's just a pair of electrons. When these electrons, they go away from each other in such a way that both these electrons, they are taken away by one atom, and that particular atom gains negative charge, because electrons are negatively charged. And this particular atom whose electron has been taken away, it gets positive charge. So we get from neutral molecule, we get charged species. positively and negatively charged species. Suppose two friends or two persons are living together. They have custody of some substance, or they have some pets, for example, dogs. So when they move away from each other, one of the friend gets to keep both the dogs. So one will be having two excess dogs and the other will be totally bereft of it. This is how heterolytic fission actually looks like. So for example, say this is ethyl bromide. So when it breaks in such a way that the bromine atom gets both the electrons. Bromine atom gets both the electrons, and hence a carbocation is formed and a bromide ion is obtained. This is known as heterolytic fission. So whatever example you come across in which the bond breaks in such a way that one atom gets both the electrons and the other one is left without electrons, that fission is known as heterolytic fission. So why heterolytic fission takes place? Heterolytic fission takes place when there is electronegativity difference between the two atoms. Electronegativity, you know that when an atom has more tendency to attract the shared pair of electron towards itself. For example, in this particular molecule, bromine is more electronegative than carbon. So what it does, it has already partial negative charge and it has partial positive charge. So when this particular bond breaks, these electrons, they tend to move with the bromine atom, and hence here carbocation is generated. तो पहली कंडीशन जो हमारे पास heterolytic fission के लिए है वो यही है कि हमारे पास जो एटम्स हैं उनमें इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिविटी डिफरेंस होना चाहिए. अगर कोई ऐसी बॉन्ड है जिस बॉन्ड में हमारे पास इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिविटी डिफरेंस नहीं है, बिल्कुल एब्सोल्युटली न्यूट्रल बॉन्ड है, उसमें heterolytic fission होने के चांसेस बहुत कम है. सबसे पहली रिक्वायरमेंट हमारे पास heterolytic fission की ये है कि हमारे पास इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिविटी डिफरेंस होना चाहिए. ठीक है. और उसके बाद दूसरी बात है कि अगर हमारे पास कोई पोलर सॉल्वेंट or we have a species in our reaction mixture which has some sort of a polarity, so what it does, it catalyzes the heterolytic fission. जैसे आपने substitution, nucleophilic substitution आपने देखी होगी, उसमें जो SN2 substitution reactions है, सॉरी SN1 सब्स्टिट्यूशन रिएक्शन है, या उनमें जब कोई पोलर सॉल्वेंट होता है वो क्या करता है कि वो उस जो लिविंग ग्रुप है उसको पोलराइज करता है और बाहर निकालता है विद इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, और हमारे पास जो सबस्ट्रेट है इट इज लेफ्ट विदाउट इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. सो व्हेनेवर देयर इज अ पोलर सब्सटेंस और अ पोलर सॉल्वेंट, इट पोलराइजेस, इट फर्दर पोलराइजेस दिस पर्टिकुलर मॉलिक्यूल. इसकी पोलराइजेशन कर देता है जिसकी वजह से इलेक्ट्रॉन्स दे टेंड टू मूव टुवर्ड्स वन एटम मोर, and hence bond becomes polarized and it becomes weak, in the sense that electrons, they just move towards this particular atom, and this electron, this per side has no electrons. It already a molecule which is already having electronegativity difference, polar solvent, they further add up to this polarization, and hence bond breaking takes place. Of course उसके पहले वहां पर इतनी एनर्जी जो required है to break the bond वो भी होनी चाहिए, but these conditions they facilitate heterolytic fission. So in these conditions heterolytic fissions take place. So now what happens that, for example, I have already shared with you of ethyl bromide. There are other examples where, for example, alcohols, in them also fission will take place like that only, CH3 CH2 positive plus OH negative. So whatever example you will find where there is a electronegativity difference between the two sides, in that case we will have a heterolytic fission, and this is the most common type of fission you are going to observe. So this is heterolytic fission for you. So what is heterolytic fission? It is the fission in which our atoms, they split in such a way that one electron gets to keep both the electrons and the other develops positive charge. So main things in this is that you get charged intermediates or charged species. The end product of this type of fission is charged species positively, and carbocation, it can be carbocation, it can be carbonine, depending the carbon has retained both the electrons or it has not retained any electrons. Okay, the end product in this case is charged species. So the second type of fission we have is homolytic fission. So as the name itself speaks, homo means same, fission means, lytic means to break something. So in this particular type of fission, what happens? There are two atoms, they are having a bond. Suppose there are two electrons between these. So what happens that when these two electrons, they go away or they part, they undergo cleavage, both the atoms, they get to keep one electron each. Okay. So both departing electron atoms get one electron. So this is more of a justified type of a क्लीवेज, जिसमें आप किसी के साथ रह रहे हैं, आप दोनों के, आपके पास दो चीजें हैं, एंड व्हेन यू मूव अवे आप क्या करेंगे? इक्वल शेयरिंग करेंगे. आप ईच गेट्स इट्स इलेक्ट्रॉन बैक, दिस गेट्स इट्स इलेक्ट्रॉन बैक. सो व्हाट डू वी गेट? इसके होमोलिटिक फिशन से हमें मिलता है ऑड इलेक्ट्रॉन स्पीशीज. ये जो हमें स्पीशीज मिलती हैं, इनके पास क्या है? अनपेयर्ड इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. दीज स्पीशीज दे कैरी unpaired electrons, so they are highly reactive and they are unstable. Homolytic fission. So homolytic fission जो है हमारी, ये क्या है इसमें कि आपके पास दो एटम्स हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल, जैसे कि मैं आपको पेरोक्साइड्स का दिखाती हूँ, दिस इज हाइड्रोजन पेरोक्साइड. तो इसकी जब क्लीवेज हो जाएगी इन प्रेजेंस ऑफ लाइट, suppose there are two electrons, so each parting side gets one electron each. Get two radicals. Or chlorine atom, these all are free radicals. So what are the conditions, what are the situations which lead for homolytic fission? The basic requirement is that bond should be neutral. What do you mean by neutral? Neutral means that there should not be any polarization. As for example, this particular atom molecule, bromine molecule, it has no polarization. There might be little polarization between two extremes due to oscillation of electrons, but this is a bond between two same atoms. Homolytic fissions generally take place in such species where bond is homoatomic. Homoatomic means that both sides, they carry the same atom, so that the electronegativity difference between the two sides is same. When the electronegativity difference is low, that means there should be no electronegativity difference between the two atoms. There should be no electronegativity difference between the two atoms. When these two atoms, they have same electronegativity, so when bond breaking will take place, they both will attract electrons with equal intensity, and hence what will happen, that this cleavage will take place where each one will get one electron. So this is the requirement of our homolytic fission. The first and foremost requirement is that there should be no electronegativity difference or very low electronegativity difference. And hence you will observe that homolytic fission most of the time takes place in homoatomic molecules or in such species where the two parties on the two sides of the bond, they are of equal electronegativity strength. So low polarity of the solvent should be non-polar. So that the medium is itself is non-polarized, so that what happens, that bond breaking takes place in such a way. So are most of the reactions which are having homolytic fission are those atoms in which there is homolytic cleavage. So homolytic and homolytic cleavage, they play a very important role in organic chemistry from the point of view that what happens that uh, because it demarcates the mechanism of the reaction, whether a reaction follows homolytic fission or heterolytic fission. It further decides that what path a molecule take, how the reaction will proceed, what intermediates will be formed. You see, in case of heterolytic fission, you had charged intermediates. आपके पास charged species आए, कार्बोकैटायन, कार्बोनाइन. इस केस में आपके पास फ्री रेडिकल आए. तो उससे क्या हो जाता है कि उससे ये हो जाता है कि आपके पास जो फ्री रेडिकल्स आ जाते हैं, इनसे रिएक्शन मैकेनिज्म, हमारे रिएक्शन पाथवेज जो है वो डिफरेंट हो जाता है. हमारे पास होमोलिटिक फिशन जो है वो इन प्रेजेंस ऑफ लाइट होती है. बहुत सारी रिएक्शंस जो हमारी इन प्रेजेंस ऑफ लाइट होती है, दे फॉलो होमोलिटिक फिशन, बिकॉज उसमें जो रिक्वायर्ड अमाउंट ऑफ एनर्जी, बोन डिसोसिएशन एनर्जी जो होमोलिटिक फिशन के लिए होती है वो सफिशिएंट होती है. तो आप देखिएंगे, अगर तो मैंने इन रिएक्शंस में देखिए आपको लाइट ही दिखाया है, तो उसकी वजह से क्या हो जाता है, हमारे पास इनमें होमोलिटिक फिशेंसी होती है. तो ये है आगे हमारे पास होमोलिटिक और हेटेरोलिटिक फिशंस. तो इसके बाद हम फर्दर स्टडी करेंगे अबाउट इलेक्ट्रोफाइल्स एंड न्यूक्लियोफाइल्स. तो